After being unceremoniously fired from a paper factory, a man with 25 years' experience in the industry struggles to find work and chooses a very out of left field way to cut out the competition in order to get a new job in the industry. Film fans of YouTube, hello and welcome back to the channel. I am Josh, your Movie Apprentice, and continuing that London Film Festival coverage, we are looking at the latest film by Park Chan-wook, and that is No Other Choice, starring, and apologies for any mispronunciations here, Lee Byung-hun, Son Ye-jin, and Park Hee-soon. This film is a damnation against modern working environments and work culture in general, and the agonizing slog it is to navigate through the toxic job market. Before I get into my full review, though, if you like what's seeing on the channel, click the like button and subscribe for more videos that's coming on time. Without further ado, though, let's jump right into this one. So I was very mixed on the previous film from Park Chan-wook, The Decision to Leave, that came out a couple of years ago for the London Film Festival. I do a review up on my channel of that. For me, this is one that truly won me back to this individual, because this is a film that is both a scathing commentary on the toughness of the modern job market, how 25 years of experience in this particular industry isn't even enough to get you front of the queue for an interview, not putting you front of the line as a top candidate. I felt that on a personal level, as someone that has been struggling to get into the areas he wants to. It's so well executed. And those of you that are used to seeing Lee Byung-hun as the stoic man, as the front man for the Squid Games, that's what most people are going to recognize this man from at the minute. You're going to be quite surprised by his performance in this one, because this is out and out a dark comedy. He commits to this very expressive comedy that is very over the top and perfectly blends with such a fun score. His whole journey in this, his passion and desire to ensure that he gets the job he wants. He is not taking any chances. He is taking some drastic measures. But going from a everyday working man that's worked so hard all his life, never put a foot wrong, and going on the path he chooses to go down, it leads to some truly hilarious results, culminating in a fantastic three-way fight between him and two other individuals that has a loud piece of music overriding the action on screen. And I'm just going to say, might be my favorite sequence of the year. Genuinely, I might have to do a top 10 scenes of the year or sequences of the year at the end of the year, as well as my best of list, because genuinely at this festival, I've seen so many fun scenes that I would just love to talk about them a bit more. The fight in this, that's where the film peaks for me. It is the embodiment of everything that has come before it. This wacky overacting, this chaoticness, this unorganizedness to how he is trying to do what he's trying to do. I'm trying to keep this as spoiler free as possible, but genuinely, this is just such a fun watch. Unfortunately, this bit that I feel like is the peak of the movie happens, I would say, just before the halfway point, and we still have half a movie to go. And whilst there are still a number of fun, funny moments and morbid moments to boot in it, it feels like it isn't quite as good as what had come before, and tends to drag out a little bit. And that is my main issue with this movie, is that pacing wise and tone, it does drag out and fails to quite live it to the hype of an earlier strong set piece. It gets very dark, and there are moments where you just genuinely can't tell what's going to happen next. I genuinely assumed that a character was just going to up and die next to this individual by complete chance, because that's just how crazy this film goes at time. I enjoyed the dynamic between him and his wife Son Ye-jin in this. They have this great chemistry together, like a genuinely a really good chemistry, where it's just a husband and a wife that having to make all these sacrifices. Like, they live in a very nice house of two nice dogs, and there are just so many fun little jokes in this, like the plan to cut down expenses because he's struggling to find a new job, and the son deciding he has to get through one more season of something on Netflix before they cancel it. And then you have the sound of Netflix loading up in the background. Like the comedic timing in this movie is just so good. And whilst the whole premise, the main character's goal is very dark and twisted, the film gives you permission to laugh at it because its score is saying, yeah, this is goofy, this is fun, goofy, and whilst it is going in a dark path, you are allowed to have a good time and laugh with this movie. And that's something I fully appreciated. And don't even get me started on the cinematography in this. There are some amazing shots in this and the editing as well. There are some smash cuts interlocking with each other that work so well, that cut between two locations quite regularly. There is literally a split screen sequence in this that doesn't look like a split screen. It manages to make two characters look like they stood back to back having a conversation in the same location, despite them being in two completely separate locations. Like, that is the level of craft this film has. Cinematography wise and editing wise, it just flows so well. Whilst I've said the pacing isn't the greatest, that is mainly because, it peaks fairly early on. So even though it's cut together quite tightly, because I'm not getting those heavy belly laughs like I was getting earlier on, it does feel like I am trotting along to the finish line. But there are some genuinely shocking, gross out moments in this. And once we get to our conclusion, like you see an almost tragic change of character. The character we start off with and the character we finish with, it feels like they are the same person, but they're also a completely different person. The way this story is told, the damnation against the job market, the steps you have to go through just to get this secure job in a world that is slowly being overtaken by computer intelligence. It's all addressed in this movie. Even the moments that feel like they should be down and depressing end up being quite charming and amusing just by how well performed this film is, how the score and the visuals complement each other very well, and the editing keeps everything ticking along at a nice, reasonable pace. Park Chan-wook does a phenomenal job in directing this movie. He knows how to shoot a movie, and this was a fully engaging watch and was hands down one of the funnest films to watch at this year's London Film Festival. But before I get into my full grade, if you like seeing our channel, make sure you click that like button and subscribe for more videos that's coming out of time. But without further ado, let's grade this. No other choice. This is one that I'm just going to say, go watch it as blind as you can because the whole premise is absurd. It goes through so many wacky shenanigans. All I'm going to say is that the thing that gets his idea into motion is very much relying on a very wide net of chance. It is lucky that for this purpose of the plot, it works, but it could have so easily have just fell. I was half expecting for someone unknown to come out of the woodwork and steal his job at the last minute in this movie because genuinely that's how far-fetched the initial idea is in trying to set up this sequence of events that takes place throughout the movie. It is very funny, has some witty dialogue. Never knew there was people that were so obsessed with paper. Like, if you've ever wondered what someone monologuing about their love and passion for the paper industry sounds like, you'll get that a number of times in this movie, and genuinely makes me wish I appreciated paper a little bit more, and hence why there is some paper in the thumbnail. But overall for me, I'm going to have to say that no other choice is a solid, good cup of tea. So no other choice. Have you seen it? If you have, let me your thought down in the comments below. Coming up on the channel, well, we've got more London Film Festival coverage to come up. Unsure what it will be. I'm thinking maybe Sentimental Value, Wake Up Dead Man, or Left-Handed Girl, maybe even The Useful Ghost. I will say, let me know in a poll I'm going to put on the community tab after this review goes out to tell me which of the London Film Festival reviews you would like to see next. Until next time, I am Josh, I be Movie Apprentice, and I'll see you all in the next video.